Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mike Bass, and today I'll be reacting to the Bass Gang's new song, My Mother Told Me, featuring the one and only man who's deeper than the Mariana Trench, Eric Hollaway. Anytime you've got Eric in a song, prepare for some low bass. I think the only version I've heard of this is Voice Play's version. I think. There's obviously other versions out there, I'm sure, but I'm sure Voice Play is the only one I've actually heard, and I think this will be very different because Bass Gang don't like to do the same sort of thing other artists have done. They like to play around with songs and have fun with it, so this could be very different. Not sure what I'm expecting from this, but let's just dive straight in and see what the Bass Gang and Eric Hollaway have got for us. Here we go. Okay, interesting intro. They've chosen to just repeat My Mother Told Me over and over. Let's go back and hear that again. So Eric's already coming in with just, I don't think he's super low at the moment. I think he's just sort of going, My mother told me in the background. Okay, I've picked up what they were doing now. So Eric and Peter are alternating My Mother Told Me. So Peter's going, My mother told me, and then Eric's going, My mother told me. Similar range. They're just passing it back and forth, nothing super low. But in the background, they are going super low. They're all sort of doing a sort of in the background, super low down there. I think Eric's frying, and the rest of them are doing subs, maybe. There may be some chest frying in there as well. It's an interesting sound in the background there, but let's just pick that out again. I'll just go back slightly from here and then listen to that now. So there'll be alternate Peter and Eric on My Mother Told Me's, and then in the background you've just got you know, it might just be Eric. It might just be Eric doing that down there, super low, whereas the others are doing. There's definitely some higher oohs going on, so it might just be Eric keeping that low bass hum.
My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, you many foemen, you many foemen. My mother told me someday I would buy.
Okay. Going into some techno dubstep sort of feel here. Didn't expect that. Okay, so I want to pick up on a couple of things there that happened. So obviously they were all just singing it normally. Just I say normally. They were showing off a bass range, but it wasn't super low. My mother told me, just sort of singing like that, and then Eric comes in at the end, and then again he's not super low. But then on the last two words or notes, they go super low. I also want to pick out on something that's not music related. The lyrics. Now, I always thought, I don't know the actual lyrics to this song, but from VoicePlay's version, and I always thought the lyrics were galleys with good oars and sail to distant shores. But they sang sails with an S at the end. Interesting. Is that the actual lyrics? And have I been hearing it wrong in the VoicePlay's version? It makes sense to me that it would be Mother told me someday I would buy galley with good oars and sail to distant shores. So I'd buy that galley with good oars, and then sail to distant shores. That's what makes sense to me. But they said sails, and it just sort of stuck out. I mean, it's nothing musically or anything. It's not a criticism or anything. I'm just interested to understand why they sung sails there. Let's say this again.
Someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, you many foemen,
Yeah, it's the foremen when they drop down. Eric was slightly lower than them, but again, not super low, which is weird because that was super low, but it's Eric, so it's not super low for Eric. Yeah, so about that sales bit, let me know why they sung sales there. Is it just an error on their part? I mean, it doesn't affect the song at all, obviously. It's just something I just happened to notice, and I thought it was odd that they sung sales instead of sail, because the version I've heard, it was always sail. But, interesting.
Mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, you many foemen.
Okay, before they go into another section here, that was interesting. There was a lot going on there. What's that in the background? There's something distorted in the background. Like I can't quite describe it. It's not someone doing a note. I don't think it's not someone going super low or anything. It's a weird distorted sound in the background. I wonder if that's something just technology-wise they've added. Is someone doing beatboxing as well? Is that beatboxing? That's really good beatboxing if it is beatboxing. Let's go back and hear this again. So I'll pick out.
Stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, you many foemen,
So who's doing the beatboxing, if there is beatboxing? Who's doing the percussion there? Is that beatboxing? I mean, it's pretty clean. It could be a sort of drum machine type. I don't think it's actual drums. It doesn't sound like actual drums. It sounds like I have a very good beatboxing or like a drum machine that's sort of added to this Let me know which one and who's doing it if it is beatboxing.
My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sail to distant shores, stand up on the prow. Noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven. Hew many foemen, hew many foemen.
I like the way they've mixed it between highs and lows. You're getting a lot of lows, but you're also getting a lot of highs. And there's nothing super low. Again, I would say there's nothing super low. It's still really low. I mean, Eric's just normal singing voice is low, so he's not pushing it super down there, but he's always low. But there's still like a few highs going on. I can hear Marwin quite clearly, I think, on the high. Again, I say high. It's not super high, but it's like my mother told me compared to with my mother told me down there. So that sort of difference. What is that sound in the background? I also wanted to point out something else. Here's again, and I'll pick it out when I hear it again.
Many foemen, many foemen. My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sail to distant shores.
Yeah, so I like that bit there where they've sort of gone off beat to what it normally is. So what you'd normally expect was that same thing they've been doing for the first couple. Now they've gone sort of all over the place with it. They've stretched it out a bit more. It's more like that bit then. Sail to distant shores, stand upon the bow, noble bark I steer. You know, they're sort of having fun with it. Arrangement wise, I think that mixing it up, that's good technique, that, because it keeps you interested, because it is a repetitive song, isn't it? So they're singing the same thing over and over and over again, but they're doing something different now with it. They're sort of, you know, keeping it interesting. I mean, it's interesting anyway already because they've added this techno beat thing going on. What is that background noise? Let me know what that background noise is. It's like a I can't really do it, but it's just rattling in the background. I mean, they've added it, I think, for like volume to make it more robust and sound fuller. I think that's what they've done it for. But it's an interesting sound. And obviously, I'm still not sure whether it's beatboxing or not. It's very clean.
Stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven. Hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores. Stand up.
I just want to, before it goes into this section, just wanted to point out there in the back as well. I can hear Peter very clearly in the back. He's like far away, so they've done that well there. So obviously we've got everyone's still at the front center, but they've decided to have a voice just far back, like he's in a tunnel. He's going, "My mama told me." That's good. That was a good technique they did there. I like that. Whoever's arranged this has done a really good job. I presume it's Peter. It's either Peter or Marwin, because we've had Tommy and Bobby from the first two. I want to go Peter on this one. Could be wrong.
Sails to distant shores. Stand up on the noble bark I steady course to the hew many foemen, hew many foemen, hew many foemen, hew many foemen. My mother told
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that's some sort of drum machine or something that they've added there, because there's no way that's beatboxing now. Not that fast bit that they're doing there. Yeah, this was really cool. I like this section. I want to hear this whole section again. So it stops because again, that's keeping it fresh, keeping it interesting. So they've stopped the techno side. All the music suddenly cuts out, and it's just them taking it in twos, Peter and Bobby, and then Marvin and Tommy. My mother. The low chest on this one. They're not super low, but they're pretty low.
Up on the noble bark, steady course to the humany foemen, My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow.
Sorry to interrupt the flow again. There's so much happening. I can't help but stop, otherwise I'll forget what I was meant to talk about there. Now it's Marwin you can hear in the background. It was Peter before, and now it's Marwin I can hear shouting, "Take us to the heaven," from way back there. Just wanted to point that out. Now we'll hear this whole section again from the start. Let's go.
Many foemen, my mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, many foemen. My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, many foemen, many foemen. My mother told me.
Still going. I thought that was the end. I thought they were. I mean, they dragged it out because they did the whole section. I thought they were going to drop on a super low, and then they did the rest of the section. And I was like, oh, they're dragging this out. They're going to do a super low at the end. And they just did the same thing they did last time. The last two notes went low, slightly lower. And then they carry on. It suddenly beat kicks in again. That was cool. That. I like the way they did that. I mean, I thought it was the end, but it's not. We're still going. That was a nice little section, nice little breakdown there. Again, keeping it fresh. Let's drop the music out for a bit and have us just singing the lines like we're going to end, like we're getting to a climax. Keeping you in suspense, keeping you waiting, and then suddenly...
Many foemen. My mother told me someday I would buy galleys with good oars, sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer, steady course to the haven, many foemen, many foemen.
I like that at the end. His little boxing stance there. They did a good job getting Eric Hollaway on this. I would have assumed he would be perfect for the Valhalla Calling that we heard from the first one, but to be fair, he's kind of perfect for this as well. He would have been great for both of them, but this works so well with him just adding those extra deep chest notes of coming in there on that chorus of "You mini foreman," and it just works so well, him doing that. And then what's this little boxing stance he does? Sort of goes like that. Does he roll his shoulder? Let's have a look.
Sails to distant shores, stand up on the prow, noble bark I steer,
You know what that reminded me of? Reminded me of like one of those old fighting video games, like Tekken, Mortal Kombat, or something, where you'd like select your fighter, choose your base fighter. Is there like that? You know what I mean? Where he sort of like does that shoulder shuffle and then just stands there in front of the screen in the fight stance. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for checking out My Mother Told Me featuring the incredible Eric Hollaway. Listen, the whole EP is already out on streaming. Go check it out any platform you want and come back here next Friday for the final video of the EP, The Dragonborn Comes. I will see you then. Peace.
Nice. Stop. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. It was really good. I was really getting into that song. They did really well with that. It's surprising, really surprising, because that's not the My Mother Told Me we're used to hearing. It's more of I wouldn't say sea shanty, but it's more like that sort of feel. It's a slower, a builder song, sort of building song. You know what I mean, sort of thing. Whereas this is more, well, techno dubstep. Just a good beat to it, really, all the way through. I really like that, and it wasn't, and they kept it fresh. They didn't just keep that beat throughout. They stopped it enough, and then went back into it enough that it didn't feel like that beat was there the whole time. It felt like you liked the fact that that beat was there now, and it didn't get tiresome. Not that it probably would have done, but you know what I mean. They kept it fresh. They did a really good job of this. Perfect singer for the job in Eric Hollaway. Yeah, not much to say. There wasn't there only was one criticism. There wasn't a ton of super low bass going on. Now, there would have been some. There was certainly some background bass notes in there that were lowish, but I kind of wanted that super low drop at times. Like, I know in Voice Play's version, you've obviously got Jeff doing that sort of foghorn sort of sound. And then they go into My Mother. I know they weren't going to repeat that because it's, you know, something that Voice Play did. I don't know whether that's always been in the song or not. But I know they weren't going to do something like that. But they could have added a few low subs in there, maybe, on certain notes. Maybe I've just been a bit picky. But either way, it's a great song to listen to. And you can tell it's bassy because it's the bass gang and it's Eric Hollaway. So it doesn't... It's just my personal preference. I would have liked maybe an extra drop in there or two. Not too many, because I don't think it deserves many. But maybe on that Foreman, when they went lower, on one of them they could have gone really low. Maybe. That's really picky, isn't it? That takes nothing away from the song. The song was amazing, like really good song. I don't know if it's my favourite from this EP at the moment, because Valhalla Calling was really, really good. This is close. This is very close. I would probably have to hear this a few more times, but it is a banger. It gets you moving. Yeah. Enough said. Really good job, guys. Can't wait to hear The Dragonborn Comes. That was Peter, by the way. Arrangement on that one. He did a great job. Dragonborn Comes means it's going to be Marwin arranging that one. We know that's going to be epic. Can't wait to hear that. As always, give the Bass Gang a like and subscribe. They're amazing. Check out Eric Hollaway as well if you haven't done. That bass voice. He's amazing. Feel free to give me a like and subscribe if you like my content, and I'll keep providing these videos for you, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.